Hey guys, Omni here. We are finally at the end of the road for season 1 of The Last of Us. We are about to dive into episode 9, the finale. I'm really looking forward to this one for a number of reasons. This game has a very iconic end, and I really can't wait to see how they adapt it. And thanks to some shots and stills and stuff from this episode, and just some stuff we saw from the trailers that have yet to happen, there's some added things that I'm very much so looking forward to. One of which is something I've been holding off on talking about pretty much the entire season because I really didn't know when it was going to come up. It's got to be here. So, I mean, I don't want to overhype what it is because it's not a huge deal. It's just one of the things that, in the end, really makes me love Bella's casting even more. But we'll get to it when we get to it, and I'll talk about it when it comes up. But I'm really excited to jump into this. This is one of the shorter episodes. To be honest, I did just recap this section in the game last night. And, I mean, to be honest, without the extensive gameplay bouts, it's not very long, even just watching like the playthrough, it's only like 20 some minutes if you take out some of those elements. So, I mean, we don't really have a whole lot. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you got a memorable channel, gives you access as well. It is a watch along format, so we'll need your own footage to sync up with the time code, so we're reaction the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so you are going to way support the channel. And I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. If you do, please leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you're not already. I would really appreciate it because it really does help us out a lot. With that all said and out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the finale of The Last of Us Season 1. Here we go. Oh, we're getting right into it. Ah, I know those grunts anywhere, man. Yo. Oh no. Oh no. Interesting.
It's me.
Oh, great. Oh, the knife. Oh my God, dude. Come on, Ashley. Get it! Oh.
Yeah, you tell her. You fucking tell Ellie.
Dude, okay, for anybody that doesn't know, and I don't know how many people that is, that was Ashley Johnson. She was the mocap and the voice actor for Ellie in the game, playing Ellie's mother in the show. Literally the OG Ellie giving birth to our new Ellie, bringing her into the world and sharing her in this way. I love that about it. And honestly, like looking back at it, and the thing I love about this casting so much is they look very similar. Like if you put them side by side, Like Bella and Ashley, like you could think just in passing they could be related. And that's one of the things that that clicked in my head once I realized who Ashley was playing in the show. It just, on top of her performance alone, on top of Bella's performance alone, has made me love this choice even more. Even more. And then on top of that, this pretty much confirms like a long-standing theory on why Ellie's immune. Very much kind of like Blade in a way, you know? Dude, I would recognize Ashley's voice anywhere, man. After all the Legend of Vox Machina stuff, after how many times I've played the game, and everything else she's been in, dude. It's just nice seeing her here, man. Both her and Troy, and Jeffrey, and like everybody else, and obviously Marlene as well. All people from the game.
Take her with you. Find someone to bring her up and make sure that she's safe.
I can't do that.
And I want you to give her this. How long have we known each other?
Our whole lives.
So you pick her up right now. And then you kill me.
I can't kill you.
No, please. Please. Please.
No, she's not out there. Okay.
Cover her ears.
Oh, the way she had to just emotionally shut down and just had to rip the Band-Aid to not feel it. Here we are. Wow, that was a really good opening, dude.
Ellie! Do you hear me?
Ah! Okay.
No? What?
I found this in there. Beefaroni, Chef Boyardee.
Oh, cool.
They had a guitar in that RV. It's all smashed up, but got me thinking, maybe I should find one. I haven't played in forever. In fact, I was thinking maybe I could teach you. I bet you'd be great at it. Ellie?
Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
God, that was a nice little, like, I don't know, the way they did that scene was really well done. Changed up a few lines here and there, but for the most part, it was pretty much a lot of the same dialogue,
So this is what
too.
I'm thinking.
Cut through that building to get around that stuff, find a skyscraper, go up and look around.
Actually, this time I was thinking we blast our way through that rubble. I found some dynamite in that RV back there.
Really?
No, so we're gonna cut through that building, find a skyscraper, go up and look around. I had you going, didn't I?
Whoa.
Ellie! Shh!
You gotta see this!
Ellie!
Up here! What are you doing?
It's all right.
Hey there. So fucking cool. Oh, where's she going? Come on, come on, come on, come on.
We don't have to do this. I want you to know that.
What do you mean? What else are we supposed to do?
Nothing. We just go back to Tommy's. We forget about the whole damn thing.
After all we've been through, everything I've done, it can't be for nothing. When we're done, we'll go wherever you want. Tommy's, sheep ranch, the moon. I'll follow you anywhere you go. But there's no halfway with this. We finish what we started.
They put these places up all around. The first few days after the outbreak, emergency medical camps. They had me in one just like this.
So what was wrong with you?
Just for this.
The guy who shot and missed. Well, I gotta hand it to the army people. They were way better at stitching you up than I was.
It was me.
Oh.
I was the guy who shot and missed. Sarah died. And I couldn't see the point anymore. Went to pull the trigger. I flinched. Still don't know why. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all this
I
is...
know why you're telling me all this. So time heals all wounds, I guess.
It wasn't time that did it.
I'm glad that didn't work out.
You too. You know what I'm in the mood for?
What?
Shitty puns.
Oh.
People are making apocalypse jokes like there's no tomorrow. Too soon?
No, it's topical.
Oh, I love this one. Moon rocks taste better than Earth rocks. Why?
They're out of this world. Oh.
That's
Fuck you, that was actually good.
That's a 0 out of 10.
All right. Breathe, you idiot.
Damn.
That's a 3 out of 10.
7.
Give it a 5. 5 out of 10.
Ooh. Ooh. I get why they didn't do the tunnel scene where they almost drown, because she's like unconscious and he's trying to like resuscitate her and then they jump her in the game. But like, that's a nice little nifty way. It was also kind of eerie, especially when you just look back and in the background, there they are just kind of creeping up.
Easy. You got hit pretty hard. Patrol didn't know who you were.
Where's Ellie?
She wasn't hurt. Not even a scratch. She's mostly worried about you. You are the one person I never wanted to be in debt to. But I owe you. We all owe you.
Just take me to her.
I can't. She's being prepped for surgery.
What surgery?
Our doctor, he thinks that the cordyceps in Ellie has grown with her since birth.
Why is she in surgery?
It produces a kind of chemical messenger. It makes normal cordyceps think that she's cordyceps. It's why she's immune. He's gonna remove it from her, multiply the cells in a lab, produce those chemical messengers, and then we can give it to everyone. He thinks it could be a cure, Joel. A cure.
Oh, wow. They expanded upon it a little bit.
Cordyceps grows inside the brain.
It does.
Find someone else.
There is no one else. We didn't tell her. We didn't cause her any fear. There won't be any pain.
No, you take me to her. You take me to her right now! Please, you don't understand.
I was there when she was born, Joel. I promised her mother that I would save her child. I promised. So I do understand. I'm the only one who understands. I have no other choice.
I do.
Walk him out to the highway. Leave him there with his pack. Give him this. If he tries anything, shoot him.
The fuck are you doing? Keep walking. I said keep walking.
Yo!
Where is she? Fuck you. I don't have time for this.
Oh, that one. Oh. Wow, I love how they did that whole sequence.
Unhook her.
How did you get in here?
I said unhook her.
I won't let you take her.
Unhook
Oh,
her.
god damn.
Oh my god.
Turn around.
Can't keep her safe forever. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many people you kill, she's gonna grow up and then you'll die, or she'll leave. How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders? Because she lives in a broken world that you could have saved.
Maybe. But it isn't for you to decide.
Or you. So what would she decide, huh?
That's true.
It's not too late. Even now. Even after what you've done, we can still find a way.
What?
It's all right. You're with me. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. Dozens of them. The doctors, they couldn't make any of it work. They've actually... They've stopped looking for a cure.
Where are my clothes?
Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there. We'll find you some new ones on the way.
Is Marlene okay?
I'm sorry. You just come after her. No, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time. She would have liked you. Not to say the two of you are the same, but definitely different kids.
How so?
Well, she was a lot more, I want to say girly, and I'm not saying that you're not girly.
I'm not.
She was taller. She had a killer smile. Again, not saying that you don't.
What the fuck, Joel?
Do you know why I think she'd like you?
Why?
Because you're funny. I think you would have made her laugh. Not much further now.
Hey, wait. Back in Kansas City, you asked me about the first time I killed someone. When I got bit in the mall, I wasn't on my own. My best friend was there, and she got bit too. We didn't know what to do, and she says, we can just wait it out, be all poetic, and just lose our minds together. And then she did, and I had to. Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess, and then Sam.
That's not on you.
I know.
Look, sometimes things don't work out the way we hope. You can feel like you've come to an end, and you don't know what to do next. But if you just keep going, you find something new to fight for. And maybe that's not what you
Swear
want.
to me. Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it, man. God, this was so good. I love the way that they focused on Joel's rampage through the hospital, man. You know, of course, like playing it in the game and stuff like that, it's very much like an action set piece. You're just going through mowing people down and stuff like that, but I love that they focus on the emotion of it. The way that they did the sound design, muffling everything out of it, and just showing Joel's cruelty. as he mows through these people to get to Ellie. Because what this show has always been about, and what the game has always been about, is about love. The different things that we do, the good and the bad, in the name of the ones that we love. He knew going into this, Marlene knew that he knew going into this, that, I mean, the whole reason she was feeling the way she was, it's like no half measures once we get here. You know, she would give herself to make sure that the things that she's experienced would never happen to anybody else ever again. Even though they didn't tell her what was happening in the moment, and maybe that was a more humane way to go about it, knowing what they knew. At the end of the day, especially with this speech here, because she's still like lamenting it. She still feels like Joel is hiding something, that maybe it wasn't the whole truth, or maybe she's just got a bit of an itch, you know? Was there really nothing? Was my immunity in the end really or not? You know, was what he said true? Was it raiders that killed them? That was another thing. She might suspect, but she doesn't know for certain that Joel did what he did and got her out of there. After everything she's done, everything they've done, and everything she's seen and witnessed, and the people she's lost to this thing, to this infection, she would make sure that that wouldn't happen again. But Joel's entire journey is about learning to love again, finding value in this world, and he found it, and he was not willing to give it up. No matter what, he burned the world for the ones he loves. It's always been the kind of guy he's been. And we've seen that time and time again. And he's even admitted a long time ago, he's not a good person. He loves hard, like a father would, or should, let's say. Joel was not going to let her go, and he was not going to let yet another person take his child away from him again. In a way, he's always fighting that demon of that guy that took Sarah out of his life. And in this moment, they all became that guy. They were all that soldier that shot Sarah, and they were no longer people to him. Like the coldness, like even the people that surrendered, like he knows, like no matter what, like if he lets them go, they might come after him. Maybe Marlene, maybe not so much every single Firefly. I'm sure some of them, like after everything that happened, might actually give up. Like saw the one dude put his gun down, put his hands up, and Joel still cold blood, pop, ran out of ammo, pulled out Ellie's knife, took him out. Marlene, in the end, begging for her life. And he's probably right. Marlene, of all people, would definitely probably come back after her in the end if she was left alive. The doctor, like they would have to try to hope that they could even find another doctor. I will say that there was less setup in this for the next season than I expected. Honestly, there wasn't really anything. This played out almost exactly, save for a couple of, you know, like an infected fight segment under a crossway, I think in the subway, I think it was either a subway or under a bridge, I can't remember. And then there was a tunnel where they get sucked into this rapids, and which is how they get stumbled upon or caught upon by Marlene's men there. Got the jump on them. There's some added dialogue that just added some context and actually made some things hurt even a little bit more. You know, that conversation about the scar on Joel's head is completely added, about him wanting to check out. And just by some twist of fate, he's still here and was able to go through this in this way. I thought he was going to say like, oh, and Tommy saw me and stopped it or something, or somebody grabbed me and stopped me from doing it, or no, but no, like something in him wouldn't let him do that. The whole dialogue with them going up there, seeing the change in Joel, like where he's talking about teaching her guitar, you know, we don't get him teaching her how to swim, stuff like that, but we get the teaching her how to guitar thing. You know, the games like Boggle and all that, like him bonding, him opening up, just how light and bright he is now that he's kind of accepted where he is and how he feels, and Ellie and all this, and just seeing how, you know, the closer they get to their end goal, Ellie's just still kind of like, well, what's next? I don't even think she's certain she's coming back out of this. She's just saying what she needs to or hopes to in the moment. They got the call back to the sheep ranch as well. Once we're done here, you know, we can go wherever we want. We can go to Tommy's, we can make a sheep ranch. Who knows? We can go to the moon. I'm glad that we still got the giraffe scene. That was great. More so than in the game, this reminded me a lot of the tree sequence with the brachiosauruses in Jurassic Park almost. I was like, think of it as a big cow. It was so cute. But yeah, Joel was not about to lose Ellie after everything. Like, he's not going to lose another kid. And he has to lie to her. Because I don't know. You know, if he had told her the truth outright, like right after, I don't know how receptive she would have been. I love that they kept the way this ends too, that cold cut. And she's like, okay. I always get the feeling that even in this moment, she still doesn't believe what he says, but he's sticking to it. And I don't know. It just feels like forever, regardless, because of what happens there. There's a little bit of a wall between them now because of Joel's actions in some way, shape, or form. I will say the dialogue changes that they made to them walking up to the overlook above Jackson was a little awkward. Like, they kept a couple of bits of lines of dialogue, but they added a little bit more to try to flavor it out, I guess. And I feel like it just made it kind of awkward where Joel was like almost kind of roasting her in a weird way. I don't know. That didn't happen. Like, a lot of what he said was not said there, and it just seemed a little weird to like call out some of that shit as they're walking up the mountain, though. Bella, though, killed it, like, as always in this. The scenes where they're opening up, the pun book, even Joel asking for the puns. And same with Joel, man. Pedro just really kills it, and especially when he puts on, like, murder Joel mode. Like, you can see, like, when it switches in him. Like, when the switch changes for Joel, no mercy, man. No mercy. We've seen glimpses of it. Holy shit, though. I really loved how they brought this down. And then the Anna stuff, Ashley Johnson getting to be in here and bring into this new world our new Ellie. I like that because it's almost like, what better way to pass the torch than to be the mother of the next iteration? I just love that a lot. Plus, we get to actually see Ashley Johnson and see her act and perform, because she was really gripping in that scene. And the way that she played off of Merle Dandridge, I think they really bounce off of one another really well into that moment. And then the way that they had to like build up to her going down, the way she passed this on to Ellie, and the way that they explain further how the cordyceps has been stopped in this way. Also, real quick, jump ahead if you've not played 2. And it's not really a big spoiler at all, but like jump ahead like 10 seconds. For any of you who've played 2, did that ranch look familiar? Answer. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, man, the swiftness with Joel, with how Joel took out that doctor was quick. That was quicker than I expected to. I don't think he does pretty much the exact same thing, but I think they dragged it out just a little bit more. But it was just like, hold on, no, bap. This is nothing. Oh my God, dude. Anyway, man, I'm excited for season 2, man. I'm excited to see how they do it, what they bring to the table, how they adapt it. I mean, the second game is double the length of the first. Way more than the first, has a lot of gameplay segments that I genuinely felt were mostly padding. Almost to a point where it got a little egregious at times. I don't know how much they'll be able to trim it down, but I hope with the success of this season that they broaden season 2 out. Because I don't know if they would want to break up The Last of Us Part 2 into 2 seasons or try to do it all in one season. If they do it all in one season, they will need more episodes, especially if they do what they've done here and show us more others' perspectives outside of the ones that we sit behind in that one. There's a lot of different angles that they would have to take because there's a lot more characters, that's for sure, in part 2. So I don't know. They would either need more seasons. They would definitely need a bigger budget, or more episodes rather, not more seasons. Either more episodes or they'll probably have to break it up into 2. This was phenomenal. Like, I've had my nitpicks. Like I said, I did feel like there was a little bit of a underuse of the infected, and they're part of the world. They're taking back the world, and I just feel like they were a little underrepresented. That's it. But even with that critique, and maybe pulling back and saving on some of the intense moments that really made it for the viewer, for the player, for the person experiencing the story, really unsure what was happening, what was going to happen. A lot of those moments where you're like, what the fuck? What's next? What do we do? What happened? What do we do? Like the university segment, and then the way they held off on letting you know that Joel is still alive after he's wounded. Like there's a couple sequences like that where I do think that and maybe it was time constraints. I think it had to have mostly been time constraints, regardless of what they say in the podcast. It's got to be budget, time, and just pacing, the way they had to do this with the episode count that they had. I love what they did. Like this was like a 9.5 out of 10 for me. With the way they did it, with the way they expanded upon the game, the way they expanded on certain characters, points of view, and really made this world feel real. These characters feel grounded. Not that they're not in the game, because they really are in the game. I think they're very grounded. I think they made this even more grounded somehow. They managed to pull that off and really do a good job at building out this world that feels tangible and something you can hold, touch, and feel and taste and breathe. Like I really love what they've done with this, and the vulnerability they've added to the characters, the expansion and the widening of the spectrum of morality throughout this, like with what they've did with Fedra, with what they've done with the Fireflies, with what they've done with the Raiders that we've encountered throughout, and even David's group. You know, there are these spectrums of moral grays that are sprinkled in to where in the game, like from your point of view as Joel or Ellie throughout the game, you're pretty much just like, if they're against me, they're bad. You know, that's usually just kind of how it boils down to, but they're like, things aren't that simple. And I like that they focused on a lot of that and really kind of fleshed out these groups in these lovely real ways and showing the human side of it. And then the faults there within, like, and how everybody they met along the way is some kind of parallel of Joel and Ellie. All of them is like a different route that they could take. Freaking everybody in some way is a mirror of Joel and Ellie's relationship and some potential route that they could go. Almost everybody they meet across the way, at least in some form or fashion, mirrors Joel, at least in his state of mind. Even if there isn't an Ellie figure around, or maybe somebody lost their Ellie figure, lost that person that grounded them in some sense of right or love or righteousness was taken from them, and we see how that affects them. Like Kathleen, she could only tunnel vision on getting revenge. You know, we see the ways that people take advantage of them. We see the ways that people get lost. Because we did see how Joel tunnel visioned on Ellie at the end. He was like Kathleen, she was going to let the world burn. She literally, her entire community fell because she could not let go of that need for vengeance. And we saw that side of Joel in this episode when they were going to take Ellie away. And no, that wasn't going to happen. But will there be consequences? Who knows? We'll see. But guys, what did you think of the series? What did you think of this finale? Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. If you want to see the full-length reaction, remember you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Korska, Margaret Grace, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Raven McCann, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, Josh Lee, and Aaron Myers. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.